McHale who gets the catch. He's got patrol.
After a full year of waiting, pausing, being patient, waiting for the permission to play the sport that so many of the student athletes here in the East Metro deserve, finally, the regular season concludes here tonight at White Bear Stadium as the Tartan North Cooperative take on the White Bear Lake Bears in girls lacrosse here on Suburban Community Channels TV 19. With Earnhardt Jaworski, I'm Alex Wested, and Earnhardt, we've talked about this before this spring. We talked about it in the winter. We talked about it in the fall. So much optimism finally realized. The stadium is packed, fans are in attendance, and sport finally appears to be back to normal.
Yes, normalcy is seemingly just about here, and especially for the seniors here tonight for White Bear Lake, they had their ceremony in the pregame, and we're almost getting ready for playoff time.
If there's anything that's not normal, at least in conversations with both the girls and the boys programs here in White Bear Lake, this girls team has been fantastic this season. 7-5, 6-3, and they look to be a real threat in a wide open Section 4.
Absolutely, and just a few days ago, they dropped a game to Stillwater, who is, I'd say, one of the better teams in Section 4A here. But that game was close throughout the whole game. So they could have a deep run here, dare I say, make the Final 8.
Our player to watch for the White Bear Lake Bears, as you take a look at the weather tonight, it was a little bit rainy earlier in the day. We had some showers come through a little bit ago, but 78 cloudy, slight winds, perfect night no matter what the sport.
Absolutely, and so many times when we've commentated together, we got to bring up the weather. And for the most part, we've had good luck with great weather.
On the other side, the Tartan North Cooperative. Again, we've talked about the growing pains as you combine schools, combine programs. 2-7, 2-5 in a very difficult Metro East. We've seen some growth out of them, specifically in the goaltending position with Alex Barber, but a very tough test tonight in White Bear Lake. What does Tartan North and the TNT need to do to come away with the win this evening?
Well, really, I think they got to keep it close throughout the whole time. They can't mentally lose this game right away, because they know this is going to be a very tough battle with a highly rated section opponent. So with Tartan coming into it, they just got to build momentum, really, as section playoffs are such a key point of the season.
Well, and it's such an odd thought to have, considering where we were as a state a month ago and a year ago especially, but all of a sudden to be in this position to not only have fans in the stands like the capacity we do, but to have them without masks. Such a change and such a welcome one at that.
Yes, again, we talked about normalcy at the start of the show, and it's great to be back.
We'll pause for a moment. Tartan North and White Bear Lake in girls lacrosse on this Friday evening, here for you in just a few moments on your home for Tartan and White Bear Lake athletics.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
we mentioned and had conversations. Odd to see the voice of the Hill Murray Pioneers here in White Bear Lake, but one of the most revered and certainly one of the best PA announcers here in the East Metro.
Absolutely. As for me, whenever I go to Aldridge Arena, Kirk really makes it feel like home, and he's really a part of Aldridge there.
And of course, too, we talk about great PA announcers here in the East Metro. Kirk Purcell and the Pioneers, and White Bear Lake Athletics, one of them. The guy who does White Bear Lake boys hockey ain't too bad himself, but we are spoiled here in the East Metro. Our team profiles, very similar molds for White Bear Lake from what we're used to seeing. They score a lot. They have some struggles giving up goals, but the big one, 5-0 here at White Bear Stadium this season. They look to carry that home field advantage into the playoffs.
And really, they're looking to go perfect here to end out the season 6-0 at home. That's such a big confidence booster, as so many times, as I've mentioned, going into section playoffs, as home field advantage is a legitimate factor in just about every sport.
And on the other side, too, for Tartan North, improvements on the defensive side. They averaged about 16 goals against per game. That has come down to 12 as they've improved again. Communication, the challenges between incorporating two teams, two schools, two programs, it seems to have improved for Tartan North.
Yes, as the season's gone on, they've gotten better defensively. But really what I'm looking at is their offense, because you can't win games without scoring goals, and especially going up against a team like White Bear Lake, who have so many phenomenal attackers. They're going to have to keep up.
On your screen now, the senior midfielder for Tartan North, Alyssa Ettlinger, 2 goals against the Simley Spartans in a game we covered on May the 5th. Tartan's Athena Award winner, the award given to each school's female athlete who best represents the athletics, the 3 athletics, academics, and sportsmanship provided each winter and school year for each school. We'll have a face-off here. Kaylee Kloos in the net to the right, as White Bear Lake will be looking into the sun here to start the second half. On the other side, it is the senior for Tartan North, Alex Barber, getting the start back on the other end. Sophie Davis on the face-off. She wins it. And possession for White Bear Lake as they regain it. Whistle blows early, and the foul on a hold is called. And so possession again for White Bear Lake. Riley Dahl to start it back off all the way to the far side. Once again, where it can be taken by Sophie Davis into the attacking third. Davis working her way into the net. She scores! Sophie Davis scores early, just 20 seconds in. 1-0 White Bear Lake.
And really, she just kind of waltzed her way in. There wasn't really contested, just kind of moseyed her way in. The Tartan defense, I don't want to say wasn't aware, but just there was no pressure on her.
Well, again, as we take a look at it here, you see a couple of sticks in the lane, but Barber, again, when you're in that close, not much to guess from, and a good shot by Sophie Davis, the senior for White Bear Lake.
Especially when you're in that close, the defense, you got to get sticks in lanes and try to stop the shooter, make it difficult. You can't let it be that easy.
As far as the head-to-head matchup goes between these two teams, despite their proximity, North St. Paul High School just being down McKnight Road from here, and then Tartan being down 694, 494, these teams don't play each other a lot, but in the 4 head-to-head matchups between White Bear Lake and Tartan and North each, domination by White Bear Lake. The last time out, White Bear Lake 14-10 over Tartan in 2019. And then the Bears have not played North St. Paul since 2016, a 20-9 victory over the Polars in April.
And obviously, being a bit long ago, 2016, this is going to be a completely new set of girls for North St. Paul. We're going to have to see what they can do, as with the co-op this season has gone on. Chemistry has built, as we've seen, as their goals against per game has diminished a bit. So here in the final game of the regular season, what can North Tartan build upon?
The ground ball scooped up by Riley Daw, with possession again on the attacking third. Daw looking for an outlet, finds it off to the right side. Again, Ava Walhoff. Walhoff to the right-hand side, working her way laterally to the goal line, puts it in front for Davis. Nice catch, nice shoot, and scores again. 2 for Sophie Davis, and the Bears are on the board, 2-0.
Sophie Davis, quick spin move right in the low slot, shoots high side. And the Tartan netminder just unable to react, just a little bit quick.
Well, excellent passing in the attacking third here, too, for White Bear Lake. It's that Walhoff pass there to Davis. And she just keeps the feet moving in so many sports. And goals get scored when you keep the feet moving, and Davis with a pair on the night so far to pace the White Bear Lake offense. So a minute 23 of game time having been played here in the first half. White Bear Lake with 2 goals already. And this offensive team, again, under head coach Colleen Cameron, class of White Bear Lake 2010, I believe, has been excellent at scoring early, and so far 2 goals in the first 2 minutes.
2 goals in the first 2 minutes. They have over 6 players with double-digit goals, so that shows the depth that this team has and really how dangerous they can be, and they're showing it here within the first 2 minutes.
Well, I think the other story, too, here early, Earnhardt, is that the Tartan North players have not had very much chance to possess the ball. I don't think either of us has said a Tartan North player, except for the goaltender Barber, so far here in the early going. Of course, a lot of time left remaining. Just 2 minutes in here early. Ettlinger will cut it back, looking for the outlet pass in her own defensive third, sends it all the way further back onto the far side, passed a little bit too far for Annalie Prius on the left-hand side. Can be scooped up again there by Abigail Franta defensively for White Bear Lake. Franta, as the ball knocked up her cross, whistle blows. Chance is deferred, and another possession here for White Bear Lake as they will carry play early. Again, 16 matchups here on this Friday across the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, and beyond. We're glad that you've chosen this one. And again, as the stands continue to increase their capacity, we appreciate the viewership and the value of you tuning into us each and every broadcast. And of course, as this will be the last regular season broadcast for Suburban Community Channels, we'll make sure we'll get those messages of thanks out over the course of this evening's broadcast. Beverly Peterson looking for the outlet pass, still bothered defensively by Ettlinger for Tartan North. Peterson, pass out in front, look for Daw, save by Barber on a good chance. Rebound gotten to here by Natasha Larson, and she'll scoop it back up, centering back again for Sophie Davis. Davis looking for the outlet, going back down and low again, a chance, she scores! Beautiful pass by Kaylin Kunze, and early White Bear Lake cruising offensively.
And the Bears are going to, you mentioned their passing on the last goal, and they're getting so much movement on the ball. The North Tartan defense, they can't keep up with it, and it's allowing gaps in the defense and opening shooting lanes.
Well, and for Kunze, in 11 games this season, that'll be goal number 21 on the year. Committed to Tiffin University in the NCAA Division II. She averages about 2 goals a game. And we mentioned, again, this White Bear Lake offense so crisp on the passing, but not a lot of time spent in the defensive zone early.
And I mean, I don't think they really have to worry about defense right now, as they've been able to possess the ball for, I'd say, just about the entire portion of this game so far. So when you're playing offense right now, you don't really seem to need to worry about defense.
Face off won by Davis. She'll maintain possession back again here. She looks for the outlet pass. Finds it in Riley Dahm across the center court line. 3-0 White Bear Lake early. 2 from Sophie Davis, 1 from Kaylin Kunze. As the Bears are rolling, this is their final regular season game heading into the Section 4 playoffs. Again, of course, with just 1 class in boys and girls lacrosse in the state of Minnesota. And White Bear Lake currently, if you look at the standings, could currently be slotted for a 3 seed. Of course, behind a very talented Stillwater Pony and a very talented Hill Murray Pioneer team.
And again, you mentioned 3 seed. It's not bad, but again, that's still a team that can make a deep run into section finals. As with the showing here tonight, especially with what could potentially be an undefeated home record, they could go far.
Here's Kunze back again, looking out in front, trying to find a pass out in front for Kennedy Ashton. Deferred again. Kunze with a shot. Good save made by the goaltender. Barber got just enough of it to send it to the right-hand side, and a big save for the senior goaltender for the black and blue. Possession again now as Tartan North starts to carry their play back ahead, looking for Harshman, is able to pick it up off the ground. Hannah Harshman, and a couple of goals the last time we saw this Tartan North team against Assembly Spartans on a chilly Wednesday night in early May. Ball knocked on the ground. Battling for it here, Emma McDonald. McDonald on the right-hand side, able to work around briefly Sydney Kuyava, but the ball back on the ground. Kuyava's able to pick it back up for the Bears. Kuyava avoids a stick check from Harshman back the other way. Kuyava, pass into the attacking third, gobbled up here by Kennedy Ashton. Ashton looking for the outlet pass, finding somewhere, double-teamed aggressively by Tartan North. Defers for Sophie Davis at midfield. Davis working her way on in, goes down and low, looking for Kunze. Whistle blows. Free position, I believe, is what we'll get for White Bear Lake. The first free position of the game for either team.
Free positions so dangerous here in girls lacrosse, as it's really a free, almost open opportunity at the net. That gets blocked in front.
Great stick check by Alyssa Ettlinger for Tartan North, and the whistle will blow again. And we'll have a free play now here for Tartan North. And again, for Ettlinger too, who we've seen over a course of a number of sports this year, girls hockey, soccer, and lacrosse, excellent awareness in the defensive end, and she showed it there with a beautiful stick check.
And really being defensively minded is such a great thing for a team. As she's a senior, she's going to have so much experience to help lead those underclassmen who are on the defensive side.
Possession again for White Bear Lake. Beverly Peterson, 3-0. White Bear Lake leads. 19:07 remaining here in the first half. Looking again to pass Natasha Larson. Larson works it back to the top of the crease. Larson going to the backhand, will cut it back again. Great defense by Ettlinger to force her back. Pass down low for Davis, looking for the rebound. Dug out, and a nice ground ball recovery here by Tartan North as they reset again. Harshman's pass was intended for Harshman, but instead scooped up by Abigail Franta on the defensive line for White Bear Lake. Franta working her way around a couple of sticks checks. Advantage given for White Bear Lake. Franta still playing here on the offensive side of the ball. Franta will cut it back there, looking for possession. Abigail Franta, whose mom works as a assistant in the principal's office at Central Middle School in White Bear Lake. Chance now again here for Kaylin Kunze. Kunze with a goal already tonight for White Bear Lake. Kunze back again here, and a chance once more for Kennedy Ashton. Ashton trying to navigate around the defense, goes back once more here again for Ava Walhoff. Walhoff, beautifully timed run back the other way for Tartan North as they start possession again. Harshman on a pass back the other way for Tartan North. Harshman on a speedy fast break rush, looking for the outlet pass, defended back on the other side by Olivia Rust. Harshman will take it behind the net, and play will continue again. And for Tartan North, important that on this possession, Earnhardt, that they come away with a goal or at least a quality scoring opportunity.
Absolutely, as they're currently being outshot 5-0 right now. This possession needs to get something going, but so far the Bears defense playing lights out.
Olivia Rust with a nice challenge back defensively on Harshman. It can be played back again on the left-hand side by Ettlinger. Ettlinger with a nice move around Dawn. Then again further trying to get around Beverly Peterson, but the ball goes down. Whistle blows, free position for Tartan North. So it'll be Alyssa Ettlinger to take it. It'll be slightly to the left-hand side. Kaylee Clues, the goaltender, plays goal for White Bear Lake girls hockey as well. The senior, one of many seniors here on senior night for White Bear Lake. Ettlinger chooses not to shoot, instead cuts it back on the free position. The whistle blows again, and another free play for Tartan North. Ettlinger to take it here, working around the double team of Davis and Peterson. Goes back again here to the right-hand side, Brooklyn Hartman. Hartman here to the right. Looking again, Emma McDonald. Behind the net here for Harshman. Harshman trying to go around Rust, then Peterson again here for White Bear Lake. Harshman on the left-hand side, Tartan North in the black uniforms, blue numbering, white trim tonight, the road blacks. White Bear Lake in their home white, black numbers all around, the word Bears inscribed in orange. Chance now again here for Tartan North. McDonald looking for the outlet pass, 16-12 remaining here. First half of play, 3-0. White Bear Lake leads. 2 goals for Sophie Davis, 1 for Kaylin Kunze. With Earnhardt Jaworski, I am Alex Wested. You can find Earnhardt on Twitter at Turney Ernie. You can find me on Twitter at Alex Wested. Pass here again to the right-hand side, Lily Wold. Once more on the right wing here for Emma McDonald. Behind the net, Harshman. Harshman unable to handle that pass, is able to scoop it back up again off of a ground ball. Harshman, as Tartan North spending a lot of time in the attacking third here in this possession. Harshman loses a handle on a ball. Nice check there delivered to Delaney Kistler. As the ball battled for a loose ground ball, whistle blows, White Bear Lake ball.
And as we both wanted, we wanted to see Tartan get something going on offense, and they didn't get a shot on net or a goal, but that was a lot of time of possession, and that's big for a team.
On that counter-attack for White Bear Lake, Kunze off the pass delivered here by Peterson. Kunze working her way into the crease. Kunze with a shot down and low, looking again. She scores. Beautiful goal by the senior Natasha Larson, and the Bears up 4-0 with 15 minutes remaining in half number 1.
And Larson really going to rip a one-timer here, short side, quick release. And there was really nothing the Tartan defender could do there.
Well, when you think about it too, Earnhardt, as you take a look at the goal here, Alex Barber, again, not much help defensively, and we saw that the
Bears
last time that
goal
we
scored
saw
by number
Tartan
6,
North
Natasha
defensively is that
Larson.
Tartan North just a little bit slow on the ball.
Assisted by number
Yep, and I
34,
noticed there's about
Mackenzie.
3 or 4
Larson
players
from Cousy.
facing
Time of the goal, 9:52 for the Bears.
the girl who got the assist there and just left shooter all alone.
Ettlinger and Zoe Timmons on the draw for their respective sides. So 4-0 White Bear Lake, 15:07 and counting remaining here in half number 1. Ettlinger off the draw, working her way in, bounce pass, she scores. Beautiful goal by Alyssa Ettlinger. And the Tartan North Co-op has cut the Bears' lead to 3.
And that's a big goal here, I'd say early on in the first half for Tartan, as it keeps them in it. It's going to be a bit of momentum swinged back into their favor.
Titans goal scored by number 2, Alyssa Ettlinger.
When we talk too about how important it is on those free rushes, especially off the face-off, to get a quality chance in, and that skip shot 5-hole is the toughest thing in the world to be able to save.
It is so deadly of a shot, and like you said, it's so difficult to save as there's so much movement you have to calculate in a split second. But again, in that situation there, the White Bear defense, Ettlinger got by, and there's no one there to collapse upon her.
So White Bear Lake 4, Tartan North 1 here in the 15-minute mark of this first half of play. Possession again for White Bear Lake as they work again. Timmons looking for the pass, now deferred instead here for Natasha Larson. Larson working her way into the slot, cuts it back again. Pretty strong defensive effort here by Tartan North. Ettlinger defensively for Tartan North as the ball goes back behind the crease, and again played by White Bear Lake. First year Jada Jensen looking for an outlet pass. Jensen will start a cut towards the net, shot high, good save by the goaltender for Tartan North, Alex Barber. And if there's anything too to be said about the chemistry between Tartan and North, is that the fact that the cooperative between these two teams, a lot of these players cross over on hockey as well as lacrosse. So some familiarities and chemistry built up between those two teams already. McDonald on the right-hand side, left the ground ball here for Lily Wald. Wald, reset again for Tabaka. About 15 yards out from the goal. Nice stick check delivered there on a one-time effort by Aubrey Bolton defensively for White Bear Lake. Ball back on the ground. Ettlinger able to scoop it back up. Ettlinger to the left, trying to work around some tight defense here from Abigail Franta. Ground ball forced by Franta. Good recovery by Ettlinger for Tartan North. Alyssa Ettlinger working her way back in again to the top. Goes here to the right-hand side, Lily Wold. Wold for Tabaka. Tabaka unable to hold that ground ball. Pressured briefly by Kistler for White Bear Lake. Tabaka, whistle blows, and we'll have a push that's called, I believe. Possession will continue. Lily Wold working her way back out in front. We'll cut back to the middle. Ettlinger again. Ettlinger looking for the outlet, bothered again. Really tight defense by Abigail Franta defensively for White Bear Lake. Ettlinger able to shove her off. Goes back again to the left-hand side now. A chance working in. Denied on the rush. The flag is up in a free position here for Tartan North as Selena Pineda Martinez was running to the net. Another free possession for Tartan North.
And I've been wanting to mention about the defense of White Bear Lake. They're so in your face, and they don't really give you any chance to get anything going.
So the free possession taken here by Selena Pineda Martinez. Excellent defender for the Tartan North Co-op and Jamie Nowicki's side. On the ground ball, nice scoop by the goaltender Kaylee Kloos. There was a player in the crease area as Livia Rust had gone down. So possession here for Tartan North still. Harshman will reset it behind her own net, looking for the outlet pass and the permission to proceed as soon as she gets it. There it is. Harshman to the left-hand side behind the net. Again, the goaltender, Kaylee Kloos, just one goal surrendered so far. Back behind again. It's Tartan North looking for the outlet pass. Working her way on in. Harshman unable to handle the pass from Ettlinger. Ground ball scooped up by Kaylee Kloos. And possession again for White Bear Lake.
Hartman just holding the cross a little too tight. There's been a couple times already this game where she's been unable to control a pass coming her way, and it's going to lead again to a White Bear counterattack.
On the counter now, Natasha Larson, pass in front, wonderfully timed stick. Great defensive play there by Nolia Bigwood. And again, the possession taken by Tartan North as they'll try to go back into the front side. Lily Wold. Wold further up ahead, found Harshman. Harshman unable to handle it on the feet of Kistler for White Bear Lake, and the ball can be taken back the other way by the orange and black. Larson. Able to carry it back again, resets once more for Timmons, but instead the ground ball forced by Pineda Martinez. As Selena tries to carry that ball back up past Jillian Tabaka, still on the ground, out of bounds, and possession for White Bear Lake. Ellie Sarauer with possession on the right-hand side. 10:48 remaining here, first half. White Bear Lake 4, Tartan North 1. Again, this is the final regular season game for White Bear Lake, but Tartan North still with a number of contests yet to be played. A pair of home games against Park of Cottage Grove and Mounds View, and then all the way down in Farmington next Thursday.
And looking at the schedules with Park, Mounds View, and Farmington, they seem like winnable games for this North Tartan team, which I think will give them a lot more momentum and experience as the season ends.
Ball held by White Bear Lake as they'll try to work back their way in. Shot score. Jada Jensen with the goal for White Bear Lake. 5-1 Bears up in front.
And just a smart play there by Jensen. She cuts really hard to the left and uses the two defenders in front of her as essentially a double screen. And for Barbara, there's just no way she could see the ball.
And that's what's worked so well for White Bear Lake here in this early going. They move the ball well, but they also create
goal scored by number 2,
That's another example of it. Just take a look at here, that soft screen sent by Ava Walhoff, and then Jensen able to just rifle it on home.
Yep, she didn't need a lot of space to shoot that ball, and when she found its way in the back of the net.
So again, another face-off here at center field. Again, that is the term for the draw to begin each period of play, or each possession of play. As again, we'll have the face-off here soon to be delivered. Quincy Nelson and Sophie Davis on the draw, won by Davis for White Bear Lake. Sophie Davis working her way on in, looking for the outlet pass. She'll divert off to the right, finds an outlet again in the assistance of Ava Walhoff. As Brian Peliquin, the activities director of White Bear Lake Athletics, chiming in on this Friday evening on Facebook. And again, if you're watching us on youtube.com or facebook.com, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Of course, as always, we'd love to hear from you. Chance now again behind for White Bear Lake, working her way on in. A chance for Kennedy Ashton, but the ball forced once again on the ground. Still bothered on the ground and still looking for somebody to pick it up. And Beverly Peterson able to do so for White Bear Lake. Peterson around a soft screen, able to divert back towards the middle. Beverly Peterson will cut it back. And we'll reset once again as the whistle blows and a violation to be called.
And we saw right before that scramble for the ball as it rolled up the field, we saw White Bear Lake try to go for that soft screen play near post, and this time Tartan was able to recognize it and shut it down.
Humorous moment here in the stands at White Bear Stadium, as coming over, Hannah Harshman was looking for something, and the throw from the parent out of the stands was not particularly close. So some lighthearted moments certainly here on the near side. So a whistle blow again. It'll be possession for White Bear Lake. They lead 5-1, 9 minutes remaining here in the opening half of play. And again, if you're new to girls lacrosse, as this is I think it's the 4th game of girls lacrosse that we've done this year. Again, 2 halves, 25 minutes, running clock the whole time. So the whistle will blow. There'll be a penalty here on the near side as Natasha Larson will work her way back to the penalty box, and so a crucial player-up situation here for Tartan North. We talked about that last offensive position, so important for Tartan North to come away with a goal. This one here too.
And we saw on the first Tartan possession, they were able to hold possession for, I'd almost say, 3-4 minutes, so that it shows they can hold offense here, but it's just a matter of getting the ball in the back of the net.
We'll have a whistle that will blow as a pass from Wold on the right-hand side for Brooke Laska was in the ground. I believe we'll have a free play behind the net here for Tartan North. Again, once we sort this all out, it will be a free play. We'll just be behind the net. So again, for Tartan North, they've had those chances of possessing the ball in the attacking third and creating some quality scoring chances off of it. The problem has been for the TNT, that last level of finesse, that last level of finish, and unable to handle those passes right in front of the goaltender.
They're always just one pass away from a quality opportunity to put the ball on net. And really, when you're just that close, it seems so far away.
Beverly Peterson put the ball further up into the attacking half now for Kennedy Ashton. Ashton through midfield, working her way past the defense of a couple of Tartan North players. Peyton Schwantes defensively, shot there, saved. Easy save for Alex Barber, probably the easiest save of the night on either side. Not much of a challenge on that shot. Back the other way for Tartan North, Brooklyn Hartman. Hartman working in off to the left-hand side, trying to work her way on in. Lily Wold will cut it back and reset again. Tabaka working back on the outside edge of the crease. Tabaka tried to force it back again for Ettlinger. Tabaka, though, able to pick up the ground ball once again and restart possession here for Tartan North. Alyssa Ettlinger at midfield, looking for the outlet there. Instead has to defer, looking for the offense to set up. To the right-hand side now. A chance handled here by Emma McDonald for Tartan North. McDonald trying to work around. Finally, the outlet pass in front was looking all the way in front, trying to connect with Jillian Tabaka out front, but unable to finish off that chance.
From what I'm seeing so far, is that the Tartan offense, they like to slow it down, look for their opportunities, whereas with White Bear Lake, they're more high tempo. They like to keep the ball moving, keep the defense on their toes.
Dahl with a pass intended here now for Natasha Larson. Larson with a goal already this evening for White Bear Lake. 5-1 Bears, 6:20 remaining here in the first half of play. Larson looking again for an outlet, goes all the way back to the top of the key now here. Beverly Peterson. Peterson out in front looking for Walhoff, shot on. Easy lofting save made by Barber. The rebound kicked back out. Possession gathered here by Tartan North. And again, I'm not sure what it is, but despite the fact that White Bear Lake has had the better of possessions, quality of shots from the Bears has dipped a little bit here.
I would say it's dipped more than just a little bit here, as I think it's more the Tartan defense has really started to step up and shut the Bears down, and it's starting to lead to more offensive possessions here for North Tartan.
Well-timed defensive stick by Sophie Davis for White Bear Lake. Natasha Larson. Larson on the ground past Peterson, but she's able to recover and pick it back up again for White Bear Lake as it's Jada Jensen. Jensen looking for the outlet, will have to cut it back again. Pass was looking to the right-hand side for Walhoff. Hits on the ground, rolling close to that out-of-bounds line before it can be gathered first here by Peyton Schwantes for Tartan North. Pass further up ahead looking for Tabaka, intercepted instead by Liv Rust, and the ball out of bounds. Possession again for whom? As again, there was a foul that was called, so the ball not out of bounds. Possession for White Bear Lake. Liv Rust. Rust looking for the pass, cutting her way back into the middle. Olivia Rust, shot on, she scores! Olivia Rust with a goal, 6-1 White Bear Lake.
And Rust really able to walk her way in. And there was really no defense. No one collapsed on her to get in her way. You can't make it that easy for the Bears. I believe that is Rust's first goal of the season, first point of the season. So to do it here late and in that fashion, it's got to feel good.
Well, almost unbothered, that double team there late, but by the time she already had the stick out to the left-hand side, at that point, that's all she wrote.
Goal scored by number
And not only did she have the stick off to the side, it was so high up in the air. It really, as a goaltender, you have to change your whole trajectory to try to stop it.
6 goals for White Bear Lake, 4 seniors on senior night for White Bear Lake, accounting for the scoring so far. White Bear Lake 6, Tartan North 1. Here with 4:51 remaining in the first half of play. Face off again at center. Sophie Davis for White Bear Lake is opposed on the other side by Quincy Nelson for Tartan North. The official at center, making sure these sticks are perfectly aligned. I do want to say hello to one of the officials on the officiating crew, Benton Campbell, the official here on the left-hand side, an excellent young man. Officiates some hockey, spent some time with me at the University of Minnesota intramural program. Of course, love to see people coming out and officiating no matter what the sport, especially when they've done so well at it. Possession back in front, chance in front, looking for the redirection. Beautiful pass by the player on the right-hand side, Emma McDonald, but again, just unable to finish out those high-quality chances.
That was great awareness by McDonald there. Saw her teammate wide open, all alone in front of the net. But again, it's just the connecting passes for North Tartan.
Kistler with a turnover is able to be picked up here by Tartan North. McDonald looking again for the outlet. It'll be rushed here too by Hannah Harshman. Harshman able to hold it in play, scooping up that ground ball here with less than 4 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Harshman looking back to the right-hand side. This, of course, a non-conference game for White Bear Lake, and if there's been any area in which White Bear Lake has not fared particularly well this season, it's their non-conference play. 6-3 out of the Metro East, but 1-2 non-conference. And for White Bear Lake, playing again in Section 4, a lot of Suburban East Conference teams in there, still have to get past those non-conference opponents, and you'd like to see that improvement if you're White Bear Lake.
Absolutely, because when sections start to roll around, which is very soon here for White Bear Lake, you're going to be running up against non-conference foes, and when you don't have such a strong record against them, you got to be able to fix that.
Depending on how our teams do, we will have broadcasts scheduled for postseason play on June the 4th and June the 9th. As there's a shot on the backhand, beautiful chance finished off Selena Pineda-Martinez, and 2 goals on the board for Tartan North. It's a 4-goal lead for White Bear Lake.
And that was such an interesting shot. Instead of shooting from way up high, she almost released that ball way down by her ankles. And what this has been the third game of lacrosse that I've called.
Goal scored by
That's the first I've ever seen of that.
Pineda-Martinez.
Well, it's just a beautiful play here by Pineda-Martinez. Nice pullback, able to get around
scoring
Gerard,
at
and then
21:56
nasty.
of the period.
How are you supposed to defend that as a goaltender?
Have two goalies in net, I guess.
So face off at center once again, Ettlinger and Zoe Timmons on the draw. 6-2 Bears lead. 3:04 with Pineda-Martinez, the last goal scorer for Tartan North. Face off at center as the sun starts to set here in White Bear Lake. Face off one again by Timmons. Possession gathered up here back the other way by Aubrey Bolton for White Bear Lake. Bolton the right side. Pass back again, Kunze. Kunze looking for assistance, able to find it again on the right-hand side. Connects to Ellie Sarauer. Sarauer working for her way in, and again, it's this simple step towards the middle as Sarauer might be able to get a chance here, but the whistle blows. Ettlinger with the stick check, ruled illegal. Free position, White Bear Lake.
And White Bear Lake, this would be a quick opportunity to answer back near the end of the first half here, as we're going to see if they can capitalize here on this free possession.
So Ellie Sarauer to take the free position, the sophomore for White Bear Lake. Sarauer going back down a low possession here again, Natasha Larson. And we've seen that a couple of times tonight here, Earnhardt, where earlier in the season we saw players shoot on the free position. Here in this game, and as of late, we've seen that pass and that move. A little bit of a different approach on the free position than what we've been seeing.
And I think coming down this late in the season, players are starting to realize what works and what doesn't, and sometimes they need to change things up. So I'm honestly not that surprised going this late into the season that we do have some players switching it up.
We'll have a free position here for Zoe Timmons, as I believe it was Peyton Schwantes delivering a well-timed check, however not in girls lacrosse. So the free look here for Timmons. Inside 2 minutes to go, 1:49 on the clock here, first half. Timmons. Pass was looking there, intended for Kennedy Ashton. Earnhardt, earlier in the season, as Ashton will take a run towards the net, will defer back again to the right side behind the net for White Bear Lake. We talked about how this 2-year hiatus between teams from playing their last game of lacrosse, for many of these teams in May of 2019, we're in May of 2021 now. Do you think that layoff still matters, still has importance?
I think it does, because it hinders a lot of development for every single player, and it really comes down to what those players do on their own time. And so I think that's what's really going to help a team succeed is what the players do individually on their own time during the hiatus that we had.
So we'll have a free position again here for White Bear Lake. It'll be the senior Kaylin Kunze take the free position. More of a free play here as the players are inside of the area. Kunze on the whistle. Passes back down low. What a beautifully timed stick check delivered there by the Tartan North defensive team. Selena Pineda-Martinez with a great play for the black and blue. All possession back the other way.
1
now.
minute remaining in the half.
Ellie Sarauer. Sarauer looking for the pass. Will go instead back to the center. Able to find Zoe Timmons right wing. Timmons looking again for the outlet. Whistle blows, and possession again for White Bear Lake, but this time behind the net. Inside a minute to go here in half number 1. White Bear Lake 6, Tartan North 2. And this is the final regular season broadcast of a very challenging 2020-21 school year across all athletics, but normalcy perhaps in 21-22. Behind the net. Again, looking for a pass, Natasha Larson with possession. Ettlinger comes out to challenge. Pass to right for Jaden Jensen. Jada Jensen, whistle blows. We have a push that is called here on White Bear Lake. So possession for Tartan North, I believe. No, it won't be. It will be for White Bear Lake. Kennedy Ashton on the free position here, waiting for the whistle. Ashton working her way on in. Shot goes high off the stick of Barber. Barber finds it in the crease. No, she doesn't. Scores! Kaylin Kunze with 2 on the night. 7-2. White Bear Lake in front.
And for Barber, that you got to feel for that one. The shot looked like it was going way high, and then Barber unable to collect it, drops at her feet, and Kunze able to put it in the back of the net. Now it's just about to bring up how close Tartan North was keeping this game so far.
Yeah, right in and out of the basket too, Earnhardt. It's one you got to have.
It's one you got to have, and especially a goal this late at the end of the half. That is going to give the Bears a lot of momentum when we were mentioning earlier that their shot quality was taking a big dip. And this is a greasy goal, and I think that's going to get the Bears back on foot.
So White Bear Lake 7 now, Tartan North 2. The goal scorers and the goal leaders for White Bear Lake. Sophie Davis has a pair. Kaylin Kunze now with 2. Whistle blows, face-off deemed illegal. So another face-off here at center. We'll have Pineda-Martinez and Timmons opposing on the draw. 18.3 seconds remaining here in half number 1. White Bear Lake 7, Tartan North 2. Again, the official waits. Whistle blows, knocked into the air, back onto the attacking side for White Bear Lake. Chance now, Aubrey Bolton. Bolton will slow play up, working her way back to the middle, denied by Pineda-Martinez. Whistle blows, advantage for White Bear Lake. So Aubrey Bolton will come back, she'll play it again. On the whistle, Bolton. Lost in the sunlight there a little bit for Sophie Davis as the ball rolls out of bounds. Whistle blows, turnover, Tartan North with possession now. Here at midfield. Chance again to scoop it back up. High into the air, knocked down, recovery gotten to here by Shannon Furlong, I should say. Whistle blows, horn sounds, and for White Bear
Lake, it's your White Bear Lake.
Great start, a little bit lower in the middle, but a really strong conclusion to half number 1.
And granted, they didn't play a solid first half, but like you said, they started strong and they finished strong. So they're playing better than Tartan, and that shows on the scoreline here. But for Tartan, I think we both were expecting a little bit of a greater score margin, but they're still well within this game.
Well, on the other side too, for Tartan North, rough start to the first half, got better in the middle, and then dropped down again in that second part. So improvement certainly be made for Tartan North.
And I think going into the second half, Tartan North, they can only improve after this. They were starting to figure things out on defense as well as offense, and so things should start to be clicking here.
After the first 25, White Bear Lake 7, Tartan North 2. Here on your home for White Bear Lake and Tartan Girls Lacrosse.
911, where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Food, it brings us together, inspires joy, and gives us life. But we can't forget that during this crisis, over 37 million people don't have access to nutritious food. That's 1 in 12 seniors and 1 in 7 children. In fact, millions of kids aren't able to receive a free or reduced price school lunch right now. The good thing is, we can all help. Learn how you can get involved at feedingamerica.org. When we help each other, we nourish ourselves, our families, and our communities.
Hi, I'm Anne Margaret. I went to Vietnam to entertain the troops in 1966 and 1968. My guys, my gentlemen, if you lived through the Vietnam War era, you know the impact that the war had. But today, we are in danger of history being lost. Current generations know very little about the war or the people who served it. As more of our Vietnam vets pass away each day, their stories are being lost to history. Together, we can change that. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund is the organization that built the wall. It works to ensure that future generations will understand the war's impact. Let's help keep the promise that the wall was built on. Never forget. Visit vvmf.org to find out how you can get involved.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now, it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
On senior night for White Bear Lake, the offense rolling early for the Bears, 7-2. White Bear Lake over Tartan North here on this Friday in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Earnhardt Jaworski with myself, Alex Westhead, our crew tonight here at White Bear Stadium. Ian Felix, Kenny Ronan, Stephen Adams on camera, David Schuyler, Arlen Becker back in the truck. For White Bear Lake, the offense got started early as goals appear in the first 2 minutes by Sophie Davis and Kaylin Kunze with assists, gave White Bear Lake the advantage early in this one. And the White Bear Lake offense has cruised early as a pair of goals from Sophie Davis and Kaylin Kunze both, and goals as well from seniors Natasha Larson and Olivia Rust have been the difference so far. Here's Davis with the first of her pair with a beautiful chance right off the draw. She finishes up again and just a few moments later with another shot high over the goaltender, Alex Barber. It will continue for White Bear Lake as down low Kunze with another shot high as the Bears continue to aim up in the top corners against the goaltender, Alex Barber. Once again, Kaylin Kunze, a nice cut back to the middle, working her way back on in, passed out in front. Natasha Larson scores, and that gave White Bear Lake the 4-0 lead early. Then right off the draw, Alyssa Ettlinger with a beautiful chance to the left of the goaltender, Kaylee Kalus, and that made it a 4-1 ball game. But White Bear Lake again not denied any further. Chance, beautiful shot by Jada Jensen as she makes it 5-1 at that point. Then the Bears responded once again as Livia Rust all the way out of the defensive half able to score her first goal of the season. That made it 6-1. Then Selena Pineda Martinez working her way back in, shot low, scored low, and that made it at the time a total of 6-2. Then back the other way for White Bear Lake, mishandled ball by Alex Barber, scooped up by the astute senior Kaylin Kunze, and that gave White Bear Lake the 7-2 lead that they entertained here at the end of the half. Shots on goal over the first 25 minutes of play, White Bear Lake with 10, Tartan North with 3. Both players and both teams with 2 leading scorers, both with 2 goals apiece for White Bear Lake, and 2 players for for Tartan North, each with a goal. Alyssa Ettlinger and Selena Pineda Martinez, each with goals for Tartan North. Again, this is our last regular season broadcast of the season. We do want to say thanks. We'll get to that in just a moment as we take a look. If the playoffs started tomorrow, this is what the playoff field, if it was seeded according to Minnesota-Scores.net's QRF ranking. Stillwater would host the winner of Tartan North and Irondale, Hill Murray hosting Mounds View, White Bear Lake hosting Roseville, and Matamidi hosting St. Croix Prep in a wide open Section 4. Any of those top 4 realistically has a chance to come away with the section title here in 2021. And again, we do have to say thank you to each of the folks who have come out to assist, the myriad camera operators who have come out this year, as well as the beautiful, wonderful redhead Allison Vogt, my fiance, who came out for soccer and hockey, Jordan Gustafson, who came out for soccer and basketball, and of course Earnhardt helping us out here this spring with lacrosse as well. Certainly more hockey, more sports to come coming up here in the fall. Of course, we have some schedules already starting to come out. White Bear Lake boys football will open up at home on September the 2nd. Not sure the opponent as of yet, as that has not been passed down from Brian Peliquin so far. But of course, those dates soon to be coming. There's Alyssa Ettlinger with a goal on the night for Tartan North. And Earnhardt coming into this second half of play. A chance again for Tartan North to continue to pull this game closer. What does the Air Force Blue and Silver need to do to make this competitive?
Well, I think instantly they got to score first. That is the first big thing here. They got to get the momentum shift back into the Tartan North favor because they can't let the Bears just keep stretching out this lead.
On the other side for White Bear Lake, this is their last regular season game, and it appears as though there will be a significant layoff between now and the start of the Section 4 playoffs. With this last 25 minutes of regular season play, if you're the Bears, how do you handle it?
I think really since you're up by a few, you have a bit of a cushion. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears start to experiment with new players out there, new lineups out, and maybe even a couple set plays that we haven't seen so far. See if what they do is effective here against North Tartan. It could be effective against other Metro East teams as well.
So Timmons on the draw for White Bear Lake, opposed by Ettlinger for Tartan North. Ball is in the air, on the ground, back on the defensive side. The two teams will switch sides. Sun starting to set. Much of the field now covered in these beautiful trees on the north end of White Bear Stadium, so shade starting to become the friend of both of these teams. Tartan North with possession back again on their attacking side. Alyssa Ettlinger with a goal already tonight for Tartan North. Defers once again for the pass for Kennedy Szymanski. Reset again. Pineda Martinez unable to handle that pass cleanly, but able to scoop it back up again off the ground. Pineda Martinez working to the left-hand side, back on the ground for Ettlinger. Alyssa Ettlinger trying to work around some stout defense there again by Abigail Franta. And we haven't talked much about the White Bear Lake defense here, but Abigail Franta has been one of those players for White Bear Lake who, as soon as the ball is on her player, she is right on there.
Mm-hmm. She really likes to play in your face. When you have someone in your face, it is so hard to maneuver and pass the ball around or go really where you want to go.
Possession again for White Bear Lake on their side of the attacking third. Kennedy Ashton with plenty of space will cut it back again, deferring. White Bear Lake started the first half with a pair of goals in the first 2 minutes. They won't get that here, certainly, but they still possess with, again, play here in the attacking third. All the way behind the net, all alone, is Kunze.
And speaking of set plays, look at all the cuts coming in from the Bears. As I was so odd, everyone except one was sitting on the 25-yard line, and then they all cut in at once.
It's certainly an odd play to see drawn up, and I, again, don't know if it was intentional or let's throw something at the wall, see if it sticks, but it would have been cool if it had paid off.
I mean, it looked intentional as everyone just kind of held back until there looked like a signal we didn't see to start it up.
Back on the ground. And again, you don't really see too many set plays like that across lacrosse. But odd that they all waited at the 25-yard line, waiting again for the one player down and low, who was Kaylin Kunze, for that deliverance But well read by Tartan North as they start a counterattack the other way. Harshman across midfield, working it here again to her left-hand side. Hannah Harshman working her way back again towards the middle, trying to go back again. Whistle blows, free position for Tartan North. Again for Harshman. You saw earlier in one of our graphics the winning percentage of Tartan North's opponents this year, just over 400%. So it'd be nice going into section play to have a signature win such as perhaps result against White Bear Lake.
And just there, we saw another one of those, you could call a set play where they don't shoot the ball right off of the free possession there. Go far post and almost got that one to go through, but again, the passes from Tartan North have not been the crispest.
Ball battled around on the ground here near the 45-yard line. Still gotten for and gotten to once more again by Peyton Schwantes. Recovery again here for Jillian Tabaka. On the right-hand side, lost the handle on it as she tried to cradle the ball back into the attacking third. Knocked on the ground, still looking for possession to be scooped up. Sophie Davis able to get to it for White Bear Lake. It's put further up ahead now. Again, a chance for Kennedy Ashton. Ashton well caught by Natasha Larson. Larson further up ahead through traffic there for Kaylin Kunze. Kunze working her way back to the right. Again, tight defense delivered here by Ettlinger for Tartan North. Kunze still with possession. Walks her way back to the middle. Kunze with a pair of goals tonight now again for Sophie Davis with a pair of goals on her own. Make it 3. Beautiful run by Sophie Davis. The first goal of the second half. And the Bears lead 8-2.
And for Davis, as soon as she got that ball in her cradle, she makes a quick cut, and again, goes straight up the middle, and there's no collapse by the North Tartan defense here.
Well, almost, the collapse is there, but that little stutter step, and both, you hate to say it, but both Tartan players gave up.
Yeah, they did kind of give up on the play there, and then you saw two other Tartan defenders who were really off to the sides and that they tried to collapse in. But again, it just wasn't quick enough. And again, you can't have defenders giving up on the play.
So Sophie Davis with goal number 3 on the evening. That now takes the lead for individuals this evening for the Bears. As a senior, all 8 White Bear Lake goals have been from the crosses of White Bear Lake players so far. For Sophie Davis, now 19 goals in the season, good for 3rd for White Bear Lake. So again, here's Timmons and Ettlinger on the draw. The official steps back, knocked into the air, and the ball can be gotten to again here by White Bear Lake as Riley Daw with possession again. Riley Daw trying to work back her way on in, gotten to down and low again for Natasha Larson. Larson trying to work around the defense there of Nolia Bigwood and reset once more here as Larson will slow down this offense as they'll work the ball around the umbrella. Back to the top now. Chance for Beverly Peterson. Davis will walk to the left-hand side. Soft screen has been set. Down and low for Larson. Out in front looking for Peterson. Great save by Alex Barber. And Bigwood able to recover that rebound. And a wonderful save by the senior goaltender for Tartan North.
That's a great save there by Barber as the Bears, they had about 3 or 4 passes lined up ready to go for a shooting opportunity. But Barber was there to stop the rush in the end.
The whistle blows. I have possession again here for White Bear Lake. As they'll look to restart play again. 19:50 remaining here in half number 2. White Bear Lake 8 and Tartan North 2 for the Bears. Sophie Davis with 3, Kaylin Kunze with 2 for Tartan North. Ettlinger and Patienda Martinez each with a pair, or with 1 goal apiece, I should say. And back on the ground, Ashton whistle blows, and possession again for White Bear Lake. It feels as though Earnhardt here in the early goings of half number 2, White Bear Lake slowing it down a little bit offensively.
I definitely agree with that. As the sense of urgency that we saw in the first half just isn't there. They're taking their time, and you could say they're wasting a little bit of time here as the half hits just under the 19-minute mark. And again, it's just the sense of urgency really isn't there.
Walhoff looking for possession again. Whalen in defense for Tartan North. Walhoff, the right-hand side. Daw. Riley Daw. Past Bigwood, and then passed again further once more as it goes all the way back again here, and a chance to reset for Kennedy Ashton. Down and low, pass Bandon, and perhaps that's the reason why, as the whistle will blow, the card is out and a penalty issued to Tartan North. Perhaps not to Tartan North, as Sophie Davis heading here to the near sideline. We'll get the official ruling of what has happened. As again, the play behind the official coming with the yellow card. Sophie Davis in the penalty area, so we'll get no explanation as to why the call was made. So possession here for Tartan North and Bigwood. Nolia Bigwood here to the right-hand side, finds Peyton Schwantes. Schwantes pass further up ahead, crossed up Kennedy Samansky for Tartan North. Ball rolls out of bounds, and possession again for White Bear Lake. So not a promising start for the Air Force Blue and Silver on their man-up situation. Chance again here now. Delaney Kistler. All the way back again here, Natasha Larson. Larson looking for the outlet pass, bothered by Emma McDonald defensively for Tartan North. Into the attacking third now, Ava Walhoff. All the way back, reset again, Beverly Peterson. Peterson, soft screen set by Larson. Peterson still with possession. Looking to try to get around Peyton Schwantes again for Tartan North. Here to the right-hand side, where it can be slowed down once more, Kennedy Ashton. Ashton looking for the pass, finds it in Larson. Ball bounces through, off the cross, behind the net of Riley Daw, out of bounds. Possession, though, for White Bear Lake on the shot. So here's
Larson on that shot there. Really just kind of left alone and unaccounted for. Had a free opportunity. The Tartan defender got the cross in the way, able to deflect the shot.
So the ball knocked down behind. A chance here again for Natasha Larson. Once more, again, Kaylin Kunze. And White Bear Lake Girls Lacrosse, this is their final game. White Bear Lake boys will be home tomorrow at 7 o'clock against the Eastridge Raptors in a game that was supposed to be played back in early April before COVID-19 and protocols had affected the Bears. The whistle will blow and the play will be resumed out of bounds as the official on that far side will rule the ball all the way back to the 40-yard line. But we are wrapping up the spring sports season, which a year ago at this time seemed impossible, but it's good to be here. It's good to be back. Possession again, shot on, saved by the goaltender. Klus as the ball battled for a stick, got up in the face of the Tartan North player Wold. So a free play here for Tartan North as Harsherman will take it back the other way. So possession again, 16-13 remaining. White Bear Lake 8, Tartan North 2. Whistle blows again, an advantage ruled for Tartan North, as this will actually be, surprisingly enough, the first time out of the game. As Tartan North will take it here. And we take a look again at the play as Kistler battling for it. The stick comes up and knocks Lily Wold right in the face. No intent there, certainly, but still, things you hate to see.
Things you hate to see, and that's always going to get called. It's right in front of the ref there. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Tartan North can do here during this timeout and what they can do after it. Same with the Bears as well. I mean, they're up by a handful of goals like we've seen. They've slowed their pace of play down. So we'll have to see what the Bears can change as well.
So 16-10 remaining here in half number 2. White Bear Lake 8 and Tartan North 2. The Section 4 standings, again, based on teams individually playing in this section. Both Stillwater and Matamidi perfect, a combined 10-0 against Section 4 opponents this year. And in a wide open White Bear Lake Hill Murray, certainly in that conversation to sneak in that section championship, it appears that we're going to be seeing Ponies and Zephyrs at some point this June.
At some point, and those are two amazing programs, and really, when push comes to shove, it's really a toss-up between those two teams.
So again, for Tartan North, as they take the timeout, their first here of the half. Again, each team's granted 2 timeouts per half, not typically used very frequently. Again, we'll have broadcasts upcoming for section play on the 4th and the 9th of June, depending on where either White Bear Lake, Tartan, or Matamidi should end up. You can even find us on all of our social media at SCC TV Sports on Twitter or on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at SCC TV to find out where we will be and when, and in this case for playoffs, if we will be there in the not-too-distant future. One of our players to watch, Emma McDonald, has been excellent passing, as you see on your screen there. Excellent passing tonight for Emma, but again, unable for Tartan North. And largely the story of this game for Tartan North, they've had the looks, they've had the passes, but the finish has been the difference.
The finish has really been the difference. It's either they fan on the shot with Whitebeard getting in the way, Whitebeard collapses upon the player, or they just can't handle the pass and they lose possession of the ball.
So after the timeout, White Bear Lake 8, Tartan North 2, 16-10 remaining here in the second half. A free position here now for Tartan North. Out of the timeout, Harshman with the final countdown still playing here in White Bear Stadium. Harshman pass again here on a run. Ettlinger trying to work around Davis, goes back to the offhand, able to cut it back again. Pass in front, Tabaka. Tabaka with a shot, pass loose out of bounds. And Tartan North closest to a possession again for Tartan North. Harshman behind the net will look for an outlet. Kistler defensively closest to Harshman. For White Bear Lake on the defense, pass out in front, was looking for Tabaka, able to handle it there. Harshman once again. Harshman goes back in front. Excellent read by the goaltender Kaylee Kloos to start a quick counterattack back the other way for White Bear Lake.
And again, another great opportunity there by Tartan, just unable to finish. I believe it was Tabaka who had a shot that was deflected wide. She's got to pull the trigger on that one.
Natasha Larson with her second of the evening. And that'll make it officially a 8. No, that should be 9. No, it is 8. Okay, 8-2 ball game here late in the second half.
And just a quick counterattack by the Bears. They go from one end to the field to the other in just a matter of seconds. Again, the quick cut and the self-screen. There's only so much Barber can do when defending that lacrosse ball.
Well, Earnhardt, earlier this spring season, as White Bear Lake will start to make wholesale changes on their offensive unit, we made conversation about how quick White Bear Lake can get on their counterattack opportunities, and they've shown it here significantly, that last rush specifically, how quickly they can turn the pace of play around.
And something that I've kind of noticed is that White Bear, they play a very passive defense. They're not in your face for the most part. And I think that really helps with their counterattacks as they're waiting for you to overcommit, push a little too far forward so they can get their counterattacks going.
Melissa Ettlinger off of the face-off. Will work her way back to the center. She'll cut it back again. Look for a little sidearm shot. Well read by Kloos. Ball out of bounds. Possession for White Bear Lake. And for Tartan North, they've had a number of quality chances off of those early draws, where Ettlinger has just carried the ball in and gotten a good chance the majority of the time. So here's Kloos. Further up ahead now again for Kennedy Ashton. 14:39 remaining second half. White Bear Lake 9, Tartan North 2. To the left-hand side as the Bears will work back their way on in again. Larson looking to find some sort of an outlet. Will go all the way back to Sophie Davis with 3 on the night, leading all White Bear Lake scorers. Elisa Rauer working her way on in. Elisa Rauer bothered defensively by Pineda Martinez. Resets again for open Sophie Davis. Davis looking to find somebody in which to pass to. Instead will keep it herself. Davis working around Ettlinger. Will go back again to reset. Davis to the left side wing. Ava Walhoff. Walhoff to the top of the umbrella, working her way back on in. As the flag is up, we'll have a free position here for White Bear Lake. Walhoff cutting her way into the net, able to draw the contact from Ettlinger, and another free position for White Bear Lake.
And something I've noticed here with White Bear is they kind of have a, I don't want to say a set rotation of plays, but they like to set things up where it's player A to player B, and that's the switch that gets all the movement going with the players.
Senior Ava Walhoff on the free position for White Bear Lake. Whistle blows. Walhoff working in, an easy save by Barber. Not much on that shot. She's able to read that one pretty well.
Like you said, Walhoff unable to get a whole lot behind it, and Barber, one of the easier saves she's had tonight. And now North Tartan looking to go towards the other end of the field, close this one up.
Pass intended for Cambria Whalen, knocked back on the ground again. Whalen with some speed over the attacking side, back the other way, has numbers for Tartan North. Cambria Whalen. Whalen working her way on in, lost the handle on the collision as Kistler down for White Bear Lake. And Whalen will help up her opponent, Delaney Kistler, for White Bear Lake. And again, we talk about no intent, just a nice run by Whalen, knocking down the senior for White Bear Lake. So on that, we'll have a free position rather for Tartan North as they trail by 7, 12:58 remaining here in half number 2. Pass there from Whalen was intended for Tabaka on the right-hand side, picked up again here by McDonald. McDonald looking for the outlet, the whistle blows, possession again for Tartan North. And again, we've seen this too over the course of the second half, Earnhardt. We saw it a little bit in the first half too. The passing has been pretty darn near perfect for Tartan North.
Especially during this second half, their passing has gotten better. It's still not, I would say, 100%, but they're able to move the ball around a lot more. They're able to get the White Bear Lake defense moving to open up shooting lanes.
Anna Hirschman with the ball, will walk it all the way back to the top of the key. Got into again here once more for Whalen. Whalen looking for the pass, gets around Franta. Whalen with the flag up. Whalen in. Nice save by Klus, but a free position for Tartan North.
And I believe it was just a little bit of a collision that drew the call here.
So we have a free look here again. Second consecutive for Tartan North as Cambria Whalen will have another chance at it. She passed on her first chance. We'll see if she shoots here. Looking for the shot, saved by Klus. Kick back out again, Tabaka. Tabaka on the ground, whistle blows again, and another free look for Tartan North. And so many of these free looks for Tartan North have gone empty.
And you got to think at some point, these free possessions have to start going their way, as we're just approaching halfway through the second half, I would say. Tartan, they just got to get some bounces going their way.
And that's exactly what they do there. Jillian Tabaka with a goal. 3 different goal scorers on the night for Tartan North. 9-3 now. White Bear Lake in front.
And like I mentioned, it's only a matter of time with these free possessions, with these free chances. And again, she got that ball out so quickly, the White Bear defense couldn't get there in time. And for Klus, there's only so much you can do as a defender, or as a goaltender, excuse me.
Our story for the game coming into play today, the stats for White Bear Lake specifically, scoring about 9 goals per game, and then conceding about 5. They're on pace for that. They've hit the 9 offensively. They're a little bit ahead of the pace defensively. For White Bear Lake, it's going to bode well moving into section play.
As anytime I think you can end the regular season on a win going into the postseason.
Tartan goal.
It gives you a lot of confidence, a little bit of moxie. Be like, hey, we can do this. We can win a couple games. We can make a deep run. We could possibly go all the way.
So another face-off at center. Davis and Ettlinger on the two sides. A conversation here on the near side between the coaches, Krista Corsi and Colleen Cameron. Not particularly sure what about. An extended conversation with the center official and the two face-off players. Or perhaps not. Okay, the conversation with the Corsi was not with the coaching staff for White Bear Lake, but instead with the official on the near-hand side. Face-off won again by Davis. So strong on the draws for White Bear Lake. Davis will cut it back again, looking for the outlet pass. Instead, will keep it herself, putting it down low, intending a pass there once more for Kaylin Kunze, but reset again. Pineda Martinez with some great defense, goes back again to the left-hand side. Zoe Timmons looking again for a pass there. Timmons will keep it herself, cradling the ball, finding an outlet pass again for Kennedy Ashton. Ashton Working her way on in, will cut it back, goes back once more, again left side, Larson. Natasha Larson looking for the pass, some stout defense delivered here by Sarah Beck for Tartan North. Larson still looking for the pass, defended there nicely by Bigwood for Tartan North. And not much of a pursuit, not much of a drive needed here by White Bear Lake, up 9-2 here with 10 minutes remaining.
No, not really, as they really are taking their time. Their cuts they have into the middle of the field here, not as frequent, not as quick. So we can see White Bear, they're trying to change the pace, see how that works out for them.
And it works out again. Beverly Peterson, the first non-senior, actually that's not true, the second non-senior goal to be scored by a White Bear Lake Bear this evening. And it's 10-3 Bears out in front. So 8 of the 10 goals this evening have come from seniors for White Bear Lake. One from Jada Jensen earlier as a freshman, and another now by Beverly Peterson for White Bear Lake as a freshman. And the offense continues to roll.
It was a good move by Peterson, sidestepped the defender, really kind of had to carry her cross over the defender, and then she just had to get the shot off as, once again, the North Tartan defense just a step slow.
Davis and Ettlinger to square off again as White Bear Lake now leads by 7. It appears certainly as White Bear Lake will carry the win here this evening. 8-5 will be their record on the year. And for Tartan North, again, barring a comeback here, a 2-8 record and 2-5 in the Metro East. 3 contests remaining for Tartan North.
And like you said, for Tartan North, they still have plenty of games to play, and those games are definitely winnable looking by their opponent's schedule. So for Tartan North, there's still time to build up that chemistry within the team and get momentum going.
Chance now again, Larson. Larson with a pair of goals. The whistle blows, flag is up again. Another free position for White Bear Lake. There'll actually be a booking that'll get called here as the yellow card is out. This will be the first penalty of the evening assessed against Tartan North, as Ettlinger will head to the penalty area. In position again now for White Bear Lake. So again, we previewed, and Earnhardt, you talked about it a little bit just a few moments ago. The schedule upcoming for Tartan North down the stretch, a pair of home contests against Park of Cottage Grove, Mounds View, a Section 4 opponent, and then at Farmington. We mentioned earlier, based on name alone, those 3 games remaining for Tartan North appear to be competitive and could be headed in the win column for the Air Force Blue and Silver, as scoring on the free position. Another beautiful goal for White Bear Lake, 11-3 Bears.
And the Bears, once again, like we saw, they ended the half pretty strong, or excuse me, it's the middle portion of the half now where they're really starting to get a fire underneath them, whereas we saw in the first half, their middle part of the game was slowed down, and just off the free possession, swings that one in to make it 11-3.
So Natasha Larson with 3 on the night, combined with Sophie Davis's 3 on the night. So again, the offense for White Bear Lake has been the story of this one. They scored often and they scored early. A pair of goals in the first 2 minutes set the tone for White Bear Lake this evening, but then persistent repetition and quality offense from the Bears, the difference in this one.
As we were preluding to earlier to the goal, the upcoming schedule for North Tartan, those 3 teams, they're averaging just about 500 right now. So those games definitely winnable, especially for a team that is really, I think, lacking a lot of confidence.
Ella Curiel's pass for Ettlinger was obstructed, and so the whistle will blow again, and a free play, no. Yep, for Tartan North, as it's ruled on the far side. Will be taken again here by Brooklyn Hartman. And again for White Bear Lake, chance now again to close out their regular season on a winning note. This, for White Bear Lake girls lacrosse, has been arguably the best, most consistent season which the Bears have had on the girls' side, as a shot there to the right off the stick, the cross of Tabaka misses wide. For White Bear Lake, a chance to host a section game for the first time in a number of years here in the East Metro.
And especially with the crowd that is here currently, this is just for the end of the season. I think for a home section playoff game, this place would be packed, and home field advantage is so huge. But to put a dent in it, Tartan gets another one back.
Hannah Harshman with the goal, so 4 different goals scored by 4 different goal scorers. Hannah Harshman, the latest of those for Tartan North. And again, you're talking about pulling this team for White Bear Lake and pulling Tartan closer, right? Because you're talking about how, and this is a great run by Harshman here, just beautiful cradling all the way in. And we talk about giving your goal as a lacrosse player is to not give the goaltender a chance to make a save. She didn't there.
She saw the first opportunity she had, and she took it as quick as possible. And for Cluse, again, being a goaltender in lacrosse is very difficult. So, again, Tartan, they're getting one back, and it's all about just building team confidence here as this game looks to be just, I don't want to say a little out of reach, but they're really riding the coattails of the Bears.
Whistle blows, possession again for Tartan North. Pineda Martinez with a goal for White Bear Lake. Pressure delivered there by the Bears. It can be scooped up again here as they try to maintain possession. Now again, Lily Wold. Wold working her way back into the slot, goes again to the right-hand side. Wold passes back. McDonald looking again for the outlet as McDonald will walk it behind her own net. Again, upcoming athletics here on Suburban Community Channel's TV 19. Section playoff games on the 4th and the 9th upcoming, again, depending on schedules. This is also your home for the AAA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins, St. Paul Saints Baseball, as you can check on the action there. You can also join me tomorrow and the voice of the Vixen, Brian Sweeney, as we will be broadcasting Minnesota's second game of the season, Minnesota Vixen Des Moines, Iowa, as they'll take on the Iowa Phoenix in game number 2 for the Vixen, as the kickoff at about 7 p.m. local time for Vixen and Phoenix. Whistle blows, possession again taken here by White Bear Lake on another free look for the Bears. Zoe Timmons. And if there's one thing, too, that we haven't talked about, Earnhardt, for both of these rosters, you see a few 12s on the roster there, signifying the senior class. But you see a lot of 8, a lot of 9, a lot of 10, a lot of youth upcoming on the roster for these two teams.
Absolutely, and there's, I think, 4 7th graders on the roster for the Bears, and that is just huge for development-wise, looking into the future for this Bears program. As for Tartan as well, they have a lot of young and up-and-coming underclassmen, so only improvement for both of these teams.
6:39 remaining here, second half. White Bear Lake 11, Tartan North 4. As the whistle blows, the clock will stop, as we'll have another booking as Benton Campbell pulls out the yellow card. And so Zoe Timmons will head to the sideline with the infraction having been committed. It was a good breakout, I thought, as Curiel had passed the ball up, but the whistle blows and Timmons, the afflicted party. Timmons' name here in White Bear Lake, one that has been persistent in lacrosse for the past decade. Nate and Nick Timmons, both excellent players on the boys' side. So free play here for Tartan North. Whalen to restart it, as White Bear Lake will be a player down. As everybody has to get in position, the clock continues to wind. No, not quite yet. 6:33 remaining now. Again, the conversation still ongoing. I'm afraid not quite sure what this is about. And now the official will come over to have a conversation. No, perhaps not. And so now the free play will continue here for Whalen, as soon as she's given permission to do so at some point in the near future.
Eventually.
Everybody getting set?
Allegedly.
Conceptually. And now reality. As the ball knocked on the ground, possession battled for as Kistler lost her stick in an odd collision at the midfield area. Ball can be reset again here for White Bear Lake as they'll restart play again now. Quinn Denny. Pass further up ahead, handled nicely by Beverly Peterson as White Bear Lake starts to get some of their younger players out onto the field. Peterson Working her way back out in front, Sophie Davis collides with Schwantes out in front. The whistle blows on the push. They'll have a free play here for the Bears. Again, not much of a foul there, but Davis charging hard of the net, collides with Schwantes and draws the free position.
It's quality real estate in front of the net. Everyone wants to be there.
So Davis with 3 on the night, shot, score. Barber did not even move. Sophie Davis with 4 on the evening. 12-4, White Bear Lake.
And for Davis, I believe she just did a little bit of a stick twirl, just almost like a head fake in hockey, and Barber just frozen.
I mean, take a look at this. Barber, that slight drop of the stick, but completely fooled on that shot.
As Barber unable to stop that one. But again here late, the Bears still looking to put goals in the back of the net. More numbers on the boards in the stat sheet. Sophie Davis having a game, you could say.
So call it an even 20 goals on the season now. She had 16 coming into play today. Davis and Ettlinger on the draw. Sophie with 4 on the night for White Bear Lake. Natasha Larson 3, Kaylin Kunze 2, Rust, Peterson, Jensen, each with a goal apiece for the Bears. 5:44 remaining. White Bear Lake 12, Tartan North 4. On the face-off, Davis able to win it again. It can be gobbled up here again by Jada Jensen, back into the attacking third. Jensen working her way back on in again to the right side. Jada Jensen denied beautifully by the pressure there by Cambria Whalen. Jensen again to cut it back. We talked too about how for the goal scorers tonight for White Bear Lake, 10 of the 12 goals scored by the Bears have come from seniors, the other 2 from first-year players. Working her way on in, shot denied. Ettlinger with a well-timed stick check. It can be taken back again the other way by Alyssa Ettlinger for Tartan North. Ettlinger looking for the pass, will have to defer, goes back again for Ella Curiel. Curiel, Ettlinger unable to handle that one cleanly. And a little behind the back shovel pass can be gotten to here briefly by Hannah Harshman on the ground, running through traffic, scooped up again, whistle blows, and we'll have a free play for Tartan North.
That was an excellent forecheck there by the Bears. Unfortunately, it's going to look like it's going the other way. But that's the first time tonight we've seen the Bears press so far forward on a forecheck like that. Like I mentioned right at the start of the half, the Bears could be experimenting, and we see that here.
Pineda Martinez bothered by a stick check there of Quinn Denny, the freshman. So another free position here for Tartan North. Pineda Martinez with a goal already tonight, looking for the first Tartan North scorer with multiple goals. Pineda Martinez working off to her right-hand side. Back again to Baca. Tabaka looking for a shot or a pass. Instead will slow down, goes back again for Ettlinger. Alyssa Ettlinger with a goal tonight for Tartan North. We'll cut it back again, working around the stick pressure there of Liv Rust. Can be gotten to again. On the ground, Tabaka able to scoop it up. Here's we're inside 4 minutes remaining here in the second half. White Bear Lake 12, Tartan North 4. Ball can be taken again. Working laterally to the right-hand side. Denied on the rush, Pineda Martinez. The whistle blows, and a turnover gives White Bear Lake possession.
And for Pineda Martinez, she just got shut down and ran into a wall of 2 Bear defenders.
So the players will be forced to clear the area. Possession again here for for White Bear Lake rather. Timmons. Further up ahead, pass caught by Jada Jensen. Jensen taking her time, walking her way back into the attacking third. Pressure delivered by Ettlinger. And great closeout there by Brooklyn Hartman to assist. For the ball knocked on the ground again, Sophie Davis. Davis down and low looking for Kistler, able to scoop that pass up on a ground ball hop. Kistler looking for the pass, looking for the decision. Delaney Kistler. Back again here, Kennedy Ashton. Ashton looking for the pass, goes again here now, unable to be handled that time was Ava Walhoff. And the ball still able to be a nice recovery. Whistle blows, violation called. Tartan North with possession.
And we're just about 2 minutes left to play. Tartan has a chance for a couple more rushes here.
We talked about it early, Earnhardt. The game may be out of hand for White Bear Lake, but the forecheck has been excellent.
The forecheck, they've really been starting to apply it late here in the game. It's something we didn't see a whole lot of early in the first half, but now they've changed things up. They've thrown a curveball at North Tartan to deal with now, and it's been very effective so far.
Sydney Kuyava with possession behind as Colleen Cameron rolls the seniors out on senior night. Kuyava looking again for a pass, still with possession near top of the circle. Kuyava on a double team save by Barber. So again, Kuyava with a ton of time. Shot high as the Bears have been able to beat Alex Barber high tonight. Whistle blows. Possession again for Tartan North, but unable to put one past the goaltender on that chance.
Again, so many chances the Bears have had. Majority of them have gone in, but Barber has been there to stop a lot of those good chances as well.
Tabaka as play resumes. Rushing off to the right-hand side. Jillian Tabaka to the right-hand side. Denied on a well-timed effort by Olivia Rust. However, illegal, and so the free position here for Tartan North. And again, you hear the shouts from the White Bear Lake students. Do it again, Livy. Well-timed stick check, a well-timed effort, but illegal by the rules of lacrosse. So here's Jillian Tabaka with a free position here. Waiting for the whistle. And now again, the official, Benton Campbell, comes back over, and I'll keep referring to him by name because I know him personally. 1 minute, 17 seconds remaining here, second half. White Bear Lake 12, Tartan North 4. The Bears will improve to a record of 8-5. There are 6-3 in the Suburban East. Tartan North will fall to 2-8, 2-5 out of the Metro East Conference. And for Tartan North, without a win non-conference this year, Tabaka shot saved by Kloos. Ball scooped up again. Daw on the recovery, but another free position for Tartan North.
You mentioned Tartan North doesn't have any non-conference wins just yet. But their last 3 games of the season, Park of Cottage Grove, Mounds View, Farmington, those are all out-of-conference games. Games that look really winnable by their opponent's schedule, or by their opponent's record. So we're going to have to see how it goes, and Tartan North gets their 5th of the game in the back net behind Kloos.
Jillian Tabaka with her second of the evening, 12-5 now. White Bear Lake out in front. And you mentioned Earnhardt in that non-conference. We take another look here at the run by Tabaka, going high over the shoulder of Kloos. And that'll give the 7-goal deficit now. But 2 games remaining for Tartan North against Suburban East Conference opponents. 1 game in Farmington against Southwest Suburban Conference opponents. Really nice stuff, really good chance for Tartan North to finish the season strong.
And I think for Tartan North, it's great because each area of the state is going to play the game a little bit differently. They're going to have their formation set up differently. And Tartan will call a timeout here with 1 minute 13 left.
So timeout on the field, 12-5, White Bear Lake in front of Tartan North. Again, we mentioned it earlier. We do want to say thank you to everybody who's assisted on a broadcast in the regular season. They have had to put up with myriad COVID-19 protocol. Our broadcast crew tonight, Ian Felix, Kenny Ronan, Stephen Adams on their respective cameras, David Schuyler, Arlen Becker in the truck. We also want to thank everyone who's come in to assist on the mic. Earnhardt Jaworski, of course, in the spring here. Jordan Gustafson on basketball and soccer. The wonderfully talented Allison Vogt on hockey and soccer, soon to be Allison Wested, so I can say that about her, of course. But then also others coming from outside of the Suburban, the SCC community. Ted LaRue from Valley Access Channels, Patrick Lilia from Freelance Edina Boys Hockey, I believe is his home, and the myriad of broadcasters that we've had to bring in to make this season work. It has not been easy. It has not been without stress, but we do it because we love the sport. And we hope that over the course of our broadcasts this year, wherever you have joined us, however you may have joined us, we thank you for your support and your continued dedication to public access stations like ourselves and in bringing the game to you. Because again, everybody that views us deserves the best. Your student athletes deserve the best, and this community deserves the best as well.
So with the timeout called with 1:13 left on the board, we'll have to see what Tartan has changed or what, really if it was just a pep talk or something, because it's one of those calls where you, as a commentator, you're just like, why? As we're up here, we don't know everything. We don't know what's being said down on the field. It's just a big question mark right now.
An extended pause. Here's Tartan North is down a player. Lily Wald will make her way back onto the field. And it's the almost tongue-in-cheek expression. We don't know sports. We just get paid to talk about it on TV.
Exactly.
And so that's exactly where we stand here.
We're just
Friday
really
evening.
good at running long sentences.
That's very true. It's a good thing there's nobody spell checking or grammar checking the things that we're talking about on a nightly basis, because we'd be in big trouble. Off the face-off, Davis whistle blows as Ettlinger is shoved, and so possession again for Tartan North. 1:09 remaining. White Bear Lake 12, Tartan North 5. And again, they return to a more normal schedule. August brings soccer and football. September brings volleyball. October, the start of hockey and a number of different things in 2021-22. Possession again, pass a little bit too far off to the right-hand side. Pass Brooklyn Hartman inside the last minute of play here in this second half. Down below, Hannah Harshman has a bubblegum sky filled with cotton candy clouds dotting over White Bear Stadium on this warm, early summer evening. Possession again. Knocked off the ball. Well-timed play by Denny. Lost the handle on it as she overran the play, bothered by McDonald. And the ball again scooped up here by Tartan North. Ettlinger looking for the pass. Finds it again in the outlet here. Pineda Martinez. Pass down low again. Looking back all the way to the far side. Pass for no one in particular. Rolls all the way back out to the corner. Whistle blows. Possession for White Bear Lake here. 13.9 seconds remaining. And on senior night for White Bear Lake, for senior nights across the state and across the country, you always want to close out senior night, your last regular season home game, with the win. And for the White Bear Lake Bears, after seasons of mediocrity, a chance at the playoffs soon to come. As the clock will hit zeros here in White Bear Lake, the Bears will finish with a perfect regular season record, 6-0 here at White Bear Stadium this season, and a strong finish in this contest tonight, moving into postseason play.
And it really all started off with their red-hot start. They had 2 goals within the first 2 minutes, and really they never let up from there. Tartan North, there's always a few step behinds hanging on the coattails of the Bears.
When you talk too about Tartan North, this is a team, again, cooperative this year. All the challenges that brings, creating chemistry, building relationships. But this Tartan North team has seen significant improvement over the course of the year. And again, scoring 5 goals against a team like White Bear Lake, that's nothing to go home ashamed of. It's a really impressive outlet against one of the state's top teams in girls lacrosse this season.
Absolutely, and for North Tartan, they've averaged 5.1 goals a game, so they're going to hit their average here. We're going to have to see if they can improve upon that down the stretch in the last 3 games of the season.
For Ian Felix, Kenny Ronan, Stephen Adams on camera, David Schuyler, Arlen Becker in the truck. For Earnhardt Jaworski, I'm Alex Wested. Our final from White Bear Stadium this evening. Tartan North 5, White Bear Lake 12. Here on your home for Tartan North and White Bear Lake girls lacrosse.